Hi, I'm Amy Yildizla, and welcome to Rebirth Pilates March Madness Day 8. I've got Ginny with me again. Thank you so much for being here. We're sad she won't be here for the whole March Madness, but who knows, maybe I can convince her. And we're gonna get started today. So if you'd stand facing away, feet. Let's do our feet in our Pilates V today just to change things up. So our Pilates V, she's gonna feel kind of this wrap of the thighs. It's gonna grow really nice and tall. She's gonna take an inhale and a full exhale. 2 more breaths just to start centering yourself. 1 more. And you're gonna take your arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, round down over your legs. Soften your knees if you need to. Take an inhale at the bottom and exhale, roll back up. Good, thinking about the footprint and your weight front to back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, dive up and over those legs, thinking about that roll up position. Good, inhale at the bottom. And exhale as you come up. Remember, always soften your knees as you need to. We do 1 more. And up and over. Good deep connection to the abdominals, lengthening that low back. You're gonna stay down here, place your hands flat on the mat, and bend your knees as much as you need to get there. And then staying up. You're going to keep your hands down. You're going to straighten your legs as much as you can, keeping your hands on the mat. And then bend deeply. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Big inhale to bend deeply. Exhale to stretch those hamstrings. 1 more. And exhale. Good. And then come down to the mat however you want. And come to your seated position. Hands behind your knees. We're going right into the half roll back. Feet maybe a little narrow. Think about that fist distance between your feet when you're sitting. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, find the length in the low back first. And then take that whole shape backwards on your exhale. Inhale to pause at the bottom. Exhale, bring that whole shape back up. Inhale to sit tall. Go at your own pace and your own breath for 3 more. Just remembering those legs in good alignment, full footprint into the mat. Finding the length in the low back as you go back, stretching that whole shape. Inhale between the shoulder blades, expand the rib cage. Make sure those big toe side of the foot is as grounded as the little toe side of the foot as you go. A little inner thigh connection can help with that. Just imagine your thighs pulling towards each other a little, keeps those feet a little more grounded. Good, inhale. Now this time you're going to take it all the way down to the mat. You'll release your legs once your arms go straight and try to go down piece by piece. You can straighten your legs as you want to. Well done. Take those arms overhead. Give yourself a little stretch and then bring the arms down by your side. Bend the knees, feet flat. Right into your pelvic curl. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, tuck that tail, curl the pelvis up, open through the front of the pelvis as you lift. Inhale to pause, still inner thighs. And exhale. So if you have a problem with your inner thighs going out to the sides, one thing you could do is you could put a small pillow between your knees or something, a yoga block really helps if you've got one handy. It's about the right size. It also has 3 settings, so you can pick one that works for your body. Or you can just imagine you have a ball between your knees and you're squeezing it like Jenny's gonna do right now. It actually is sometimes harder to imagine. Makes you work it. But that helps her get her full footprint to stay into that mat. She's going to hold up at the top. She's going to lift one leg into tabletop. Remember, if this is too much, you go right back to those pelvic curls. And she's going to tap that foot down for 3, 2, 1, and then she's going to bring it down. Organize the body again. Good. Press into the triceps a little more. Lift the pelvis a little higher. And then tap for 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Push that pelvis up. Stretch it out. Press into the triceps. Full footprint. Knees. Yes. And roll down through the whole spine. There you go. Arms up to the ceiling. Curl your head, neck, and chest up. Grab behind your legs. Hold there. Bend your elbows. Get deeper rather than higher. Good. Float your legs into tabletop. Up. And we're just going to do our 100 breaths for 5 breaths just in this position. So breathing between the shoulder blades. Then inhale. Full exhale for 5 counts. Again. Good, watching the pelvis, that you're staying relatively neutral, that your low back is going down. You're really focusing this breath on expanding the back and sides of the rib cage. Thinking when we do the 100, that's what we do. After your 5, you can either stay in this position for another 5, or you can pump your arms. Out for 5, and in for 5. 3, and out. 2 rounds left. Y'all are doing great. 1 round left. Stay there, grab behind those legs, pull yourself deeper. Release the legs, bring them down to the mat with control, and then lower your upper body down. Excellent work. Take your legs out long. Take one leg up to the ceiling. Grab behind the knee and do your little stretch, your pre-stretch, just to get that hamstring. And Jenny's got loose hamstrings and she's pretty warm. So she went right to it, but not everybody can go right to it. And again, if this doesn't work for you, if that leg doesn't feel comfortable on the ground, you can bend that knee, put that foot down. But Jenny's got this, so she's going to take that leg, release it, and she's going to go for her circles. She's going to go across and up. Really trying to stabilize the pelvis as we do this. So if we need to minimize the movement a little bit to find stability, nicely done. Reverse, 5 in each direction. Jenny knew that's what I wanted, which is great. If you did more than 5, sorry. After your 5th one, you'll bend that knee, grab it, pull it deep into the chest, give yourself a little stretch there. And then you'll release the leg down, straighten it out, flex the foot on the ground, pull the other knee in, and bend and stretch. 5, 4, see how evenly weighted you can get your pelvis as you bend and stretch. And can you pull your little toe and big toe side evenly back on your down leg? It's a question. It's a hard thing to do. On your 5th one, you'll hold it, release the leg, bring the arms down, find the triceps, and you'll start your circles across and around. So the goal here is to challenge your pelvic stability, but not go outside your pelvic stability. So you find what works for you. You switch after 5. You're doing this at your own pace. Really trying to move that femur in its socket. And then when you're done with 5, you'll bend that knee in deep, hold on to it, give it a big stretch in. Gotta be nice to yourself too. And then you'll take both legs onto the mat and go for a roll up. Arms up to the ceiling. Lift your head between your arms. And then flex your feet as you roll up. If you need to bend your knees, grab behind your legs, you do you. Yes. And then stretch forward over those legs. And then sit up tall. You're going to take your feet a little bit wider than the mat. And you're going to do your spine stretch forward. Remember the prep we did. We're going to do that one quick prep. We're going to put our hands down, round our backs away and see if we can lift our legs and push down into our hands. So push into the mat with your hands, lift your legs up off the mat, and then release. And that is that feeling that you want to get of that deep abdominal connection. So now that you're going to sit up tall, bring your arms out in front of you. And you'll start to spine stretch forward, keeping the pelvis where it is, pulling the abs back to pull the back and bring those hands down to the mat and try to slide them as far away as you can. Let your head be a little heavy so it stretches. And then you'll restack your spine coming back. Just 2 more times. And stretch it forward. Nice. And back up. And 1 more time. And sitting tall. And since we're here, we're just going to go right into our saw today. So saw, she's going to open her arms out to a T. Actually, let's do a little prep for our saw. We're going to take our arms to our T and place our hands on our shoulders. And we're going to rotate our spine in one direction and then back to center. Keeping the feet flexed, sitting high on those sits bones, and back to center. Try to reset and grow taller as you come through center each time. The reason we have our hands on our shoulders is because with our arms straight, we'll cheat and use our arms to rotate us further rather than using our abs. 1 more to each side. And Ginny can tell you it's actually harder to do this way. Good. Now she's going to keep her hands where they are. She's going to rotate towards the right. Then she's going to straighten her arms out and try to saw off her little toe. Good, and she's going to lift her back arm up, her right arm up behind her. So she's reaching her left hand for her right toe and thinking about this arms as a saw, and then she'll come back up, hands back to the shoulders, and back to center. She rotates the other way, extends the arms, and then saws, lifting that back arm up behind her. Yes, looking down towards that leg. And bring it back up. You may feel this is easier in one direction than the other. You may go further.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay, rotate, yes. And saw, lift the arm up behind you, yes. Pinky finger towards the ceiling a little more, there you go. And up. So, if you don't have someone there, if you don't have someone there to help your arm, just imagine you're going to take that pinky finger up towards the ceiling. Yeah, there you go. And good, back to center. Close those legs. That's enough of that for today. So saw is hard when you do it well, because it's really about not just spinal rotation, but flexion at the same time, which is a place that a lot of us get stuck in our rib cages. So, feel good?
Yeah.
Good. You're going to take yourself and roll all the way back down. We're going to roll onto our stomachs once we get there. Really well done. We're going to do our swan prep and then our swimming prep and then do some swimming. So if you remember from yesterday, you form that diamond shape. Scoot back a little so your hands are on the mat. Yeah, you form that diamond shape above your head. You're going to reach long through the legs, ankle bones magnetize towards each other, inner thighs spiral up towards the ceiling a little bit, pubic bone is down. So this is your body positioning right now, right? For that lower body, it's nice and stable. You press down into the hands, down into the forearms to lift your chest and reach your sternum forward to open up through that upper spine. And then you lower down. I like an inhale as I lift up. If that feels uncomfortable for you, you can always change the breathing. Just always keep breathing. So an inhale as she presses and lifts, looks forward, keeps that length in the lower body, a little less neck there. Then she already corrected it before I said it. So and exhale down. One more time like that. Inhaling as you lengthen the sternum forward, almost pull those arms back towards you to pull that sternum through the arms. and bring it down. Good job maintaining the lower body the whole time. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders or a little bit in front of that if the under the shoulders is too close for you. But the goal here is to commit to that length in the low back and get as much upper back extension as possible. So roll the marble forward with your nose, and then that's all that your head goes. Everything else comes from the spine. So your head continues to lift, but it's because your spine is lifting. Think low back length. Yes. And lower down. How high you go is up to you. If you are going all the way up to straight arms, great for you. It's not always in my practice. Some days it is. And Jenny can tell you some days it's in her practice and some days it's not. And today we're doing what is available to us that makes our bodies feel good. So no pushing yourself except for an ab work. Ab work always burns at some point, so you just got to live through that. And one more. Yes, 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 yes. And down. Good. Now we're going to go into our swimming prep and then into our swimming. So it's a lot of time on our stomachs today. Take your arms down by your side. Press your hands into your thighs. You're going to reach those fingertips towards your heels as you start to lift your chest and look forward. Open your chest even more. Reach your hands even more. Check in with your low back. Yes. And lower down. One more like that one. She's like, this is a lot. It's hard. This is really hard. So we have this idea of this arrow. Legs are long, head is long, and lower down. Now we're going to take our arms up overhead. Reach them out long. Find the legs, that really nice leg length, but then float them up off the ground just slightly. Good. And then see if you can press into your hands to lift your chest a little bit, and then float your arms up by your ears. And then we're going to do opposite arm really slowly. Right arm, left leg lifts, lowers back down. Opposite. And lifts. If this is too much for you, you can put one hand on the ground and only lift the legs or just lift the hands. But if you can get this coordination going, it's great. And the more stable you are, then you can speed it up. And Ginny's going to speed it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower down. She lost the little crossbody coordination there, but got it back. So that happens to the best of us, even instructors. We're all of a sudden all right side, all left side. And you know you've done it because you're rotated. And then push back into a quick child's pose. Sitting back to your heels, stretch out. See if you can really round the back like you do for spine stretch forward, right? And then walk your fingers as far away as you can. And take a few breaths there. Walk both hands to the right side of the mat. Side stretch, you're going to breathe into those left ribs. One more full breath there. And then you'll walk your hands to the left side of your mat. And breathe into the right side of the ribs. One more full breath there. Back to center. One more breath there. And come to hands and knees. We're on our hands and knees here. And we're going to take one leg out behind us into a plank position, followed by the other leg. We're just going to hold our plank for a moment. I want you to really actively push the floor away so you get space between your shoulder blades, and then kind of let that go and almost collapse your chest towards the floor. And then push it back and spread the shoulder blades apart, and then collapse it down, and then spread and hold that, and then walk your hands towards your feet. Try to go in 4 steps. You go hands towards the feet, 1, 2, 3, 4, roll up all the way. We're going to go back out there. We take our arms up overhead, get tall. We round down over the feet, and we're going to try to walk it out in 4 steps. You put one hand down on the mat, you put the other hand down, and then go down and down. If you need more than 4 steps, that's fine. Now, Traditionally, you'd have push-ups here, but we're not working on push-ups today. We're just working on this kind of expansion across the back and connection of the lats. So she just collapses a little bit. Collapsing is the wrong word. And pushes up. She allows herself to lower slightly towards the floor and then lifts herself away from the floor. One more. And then holds that lift and she walks back to her feet for 4, 3, 2, 1, and rolls all the way up to standing. Take your arms up overhead, grow tall, tall, tall. Take a big inhale and bring your arms down. And that was it. You did it. Wow.
Feels strong.
Feels good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Thank you again for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And we hope to see you back here as we do more March Matness, and we hope to see y'all back here as well. So we'll see you soon. Thank you.